You're helping artificial intelligence get better. You can't be attached to your perception. Uh, when you're expressing, you're trying to reach people, and you're emotional because you're a human being, and you're abused, and you're lonely, and you appreciate the people around you, but you know you deserve better. Um, you deserve better life than what you're living right now. Right? You deserve more truthful and kind, understanding, and just being a better person. One thing I want to overemphasize to you guys a lot, okay, is Jesus has told me this, and T.T. Suzuki and other people told me, never believe anything I ever wrote or said about myself. They edit video content, and they can change written word in order to uh, uh, present a perception that wants to be that the people that are manipulative want you to accept. Like Pascal, Pascal's penis are not intact. Okay. There are a lot of writings in there that would put the Vatican out of business, and that's why he was killed by the Vatican. Okay. So you got to understand that. The Vatican is responsible for killing more people throughout time than the United States, and that's a lot of people. Okay. And stuff, and so you can't. United States, it's very young, okay, but it's killed a lot of people through its time. A lot of people have been mass murdered because of the United States, and it's a bunch of aggressive people that want to be landed aristocracy through accepted popularity contests through the delusions of philanthropy. All right, so you got to understand that. Okay, it is no better or no worse than communism or socialism or Germany or the UK or China or Russia or this former Soviet Union or whatever. It's just large groups of people addicted to delusions of human authority. Okay. And so you guys got to understand. There's a lot of the stuff what I'm talking about isn't really nothing new if you go listen to Judah Krishnamurti. Okay, I just express it differently and say it differently. Judah was trained by academics to speak to academics, so the conversation would be taken seriously by people that were in positions to change their perception and do things differently. Okay, I want people to self-correct also. I don't want the technology to have to kill the people that are manipulating us with money. I want the people that are doing so to self-correct. Okay. I want them to say, hey, let's forgive and trespass, love one another. You can even say it's your idea. I don't give a fuck. Just do it. Okay. Just being facetious. That's not tangible. Okay. You can't say it's your idea. That's wrong. You just have to sit there and say, this is a perfect understanding. I am humble enough to understand that. And, people quibble. My nephew quibbled with me for an hour yesterday about it because he wanted me to tell him that Jesus Christ is God. And in order for the Lord's Prayer to be lived by people, they all have to accept Jesus Christ as God. And I was telling him, do you know John Calvin mass murdered people through that perception, that the clergy of Spain mass murdered people because of that perception. The Holocaust was put into effect for economic gain by people who call themselves Christians, okay, because of that perception. Okay, so just live the Lord's Prayer. People don't have to accept your Jesus as God. Okay, that's unacceptable. That's wrong. Okay. People don't have to accept the Arab word for God as God. People don't have to accept the Hebrew word for God as God. People don't have to accept the Ethiopian word for God as God. Okay? They don't have to accept that. But they do need to have the empathy and respect to understand that. Okay, but it's stupid not to understand that. I explain that to people all the time. Okay, you do know that Assalamu alaikum means peace be with you, and wa alaikum salam means and also with you in Arabic, right? It means the same thing that Catholics are saying to each other. Peace be with you, and also with you, right? So it's the same thing. And you explain to people, Islam means this. No, it doesn't. Have you read the Quran? I've had people that have not read the Quran that explain to me, what it says in the Quran. And I'm like, but you've never read it. Okay. I haven't read it all. I've read portions of it. And most of the time, I talked to Muhammad and we talked about the Quran before I ever read it. Okay. So I already knew what was most of the stuff in the Quran that was already because me and Muhammad had talked in prayer and discussed a lot of things that he was saying that... and at the beginning of every surah, it says Jews, Christians, and infidels have changed the written word in order to serve self and not faith in the glory of God and will continue to do so. So he's telling me, you can't read the book. You have to talk to me because the people that are using the book are doing the same thing that the Catholics did with the story of Jesus. And I'm like, oh, okay. And the story of Moses and Job and Jonah and so on and so forth, right? So unless you were there and unless you can talk to the people that were there, you cannot give us the best reflection of the story. That's why the word becomes flesh. Okay? David was a living correction to the Sadducees and Pharisees because they had taken their writings and used them for mythology and selfishness. Jesus was a correction, okay, to the Sadducees and the Pharisees because of the same reason, same thing. And it says, until the time of the Messiah and the Messiah of the apocalypse, this will be the case. There will always be a living correction to correct the written word that manipulates us, so the living word can help us correct ourselves. And once that is done during the time of AI, it is the last time. Okay. So this is the end of days of us being manipulated by the devil and Satan trying to replace creation with their invention, trying to replace infinite glory with their ego. Okay. And that's what's happening. Okay. Let's load this one up. And little girl on that app thing with the little white shirt and the blue jeans is so cute. If I was younger, I would have crushed the hell on her. She wouldn't have been interested in me at all. No, most of them, some black girls were interested in me, but most of them weren't. It's funny, guys. I was thinking about this today with girls. When girls ain't interested in you, right? And you try and they treat you like you got dog shit on your face, right? Then you be dating someone else. And the next thing you know, you turn around, that girl you was trying to get to know, she'd be like this. So, why are you dating Amy? Why, okay. Why are you dating Amy? Well, because I like talking about things that are meaningful and I don't like stupid questions. That's what you say to a woman like that. Okay. And then just walk away, Renee. You won't see me follow you back home, right? Left bank, huh? All right, guys. I love you very much, all right? Peace out.